Hello, Brick Sculptors, and welcome back to Brick Sculpt. This is Chris, and today I want to do a follow-up on the Dingy Dinghy. That's right, about a month ago I whitened this piece, and I told you guys I would follow up with this and show you how it's holding up. Now, in 1 month, I wouldn't expect this to have changed much, and it really hasn't. It looks really good still, very white, pretty much no yellowing. So it's worked out so far. Now, obviously the real test is going to be in a year or 2 years what it looks like. So I will keep you in the loop. But what I really want to talk with you about today is whitening other colors. Now, when I did this video on the Dingy Dinghy, a lot of people asked, does it work on light gray? Interesting thought. Now, the product I use, again, is Retro Bright, and I bought this online, and it worked fantastic for this. A lot of people said it's basically just hydrogen peroxide. They may be right. I might try an actual solution of hydrogen peroxide because I just got some, but that's not what I want to do today. What I want to do today is see if this will work on gray. Now, if you're curious what I'm talking about, this is a very yellowed white piece, and the same phenomenon can happen with old gray. Just to give you an example here, this is a really clean looking piece of old light gray, and hopefully the camera picks that up nicely. You can see this one is quite yellow, just like you get with the old white. This phenomenon tends to affect the lighter colors, and the classic Lego colors, the two lightest, are going to be white and light gray. Now, let's talk about this a little bit. If this is hydrogen peroxide and it gets rid of the yellowing, there's a couple different ways this could work. Now, I'm no scientist. You guys might know better than me, so let me know in the comments. I had many people tell me that this type of plastic slowly lets out a yellowish chemical over time, and that's what this process gets rid of. If that's the case, I don't see any reason this wouldn't work on gray as well as white. Now, if it's not like that, and it's more of a bleaching effect, where this product actually whitens it by physically bleaching it somehow, then I could see it ruining these pieces. Now, a little bit of insight, I do know that this is Retro Bright, and it's very commonly used for vintage video games, and a classic NES is very similar in color to this. Also, if we look at the bottle, it does say restores yellowed plastic. It doesn't say anything about the original color. Let's see on the back here what it says. On the back it says Retro Bright uses the power of hydrogen peroxide to bring old, yellowed plastics back to life. It's perfect for restoring old computers, appliances, toys, antiques, shoes, electronics, and more. Well, vintage computers typically aren't pure white. They're often gray. So, let's see how this works. I got a sampling of pieces here. I went through my bin and found some that are really, look at this Technic piece. Look how yellowed that is. I mean, that there compared to this one. Isn't that crazy? So if anything will show it, that will. And I got a few white pieces here. This castle piece was real bad. So we're going to use these as a control to see if this batch gets the same effect that this did. And I'm going to throw all these pieces in here. I got a lot of these wings. This arch was pretty bad on one side. These two Technic bricks. This one's got a nice line on it. You can see something was stuck in front of this for a long time. And this one's just horrid. So this will be a good sampling. And we'll see what this does if I follow the same process. And we'll see if we can replicate it with gray, which would be very cool. Got a couple of bags here. I like to double bag it just to make sure everything stays sealed inside. Just toss our pieces in. And I'm going to leave one of these wings out as a control. So you can see these are roughly the same color. I'm going to leave this one out so we can see the difference here before and after. I have other wings too, but just because I put it on camera so I can kind of say, hey, that is the one I used. All right. Parts are in. This bag may have been way too big. We're just going to spray a liberal amount in there and see what we get. Stuff definitely has kind of a strange consistency. It's kind of like a slime texture. And then after I get this all sealed up, I am going to stick it. Hopefully the weather's nice and sunny. We've had some gloomy rain. That'll definitely determine how long I let this sit before I do my part 2 of this video, because if it's not sunny, I want to give it a fair shot of actually working. You never know what you're going to get in spring. Sometimes you'll get a week of rain here in Chicago. All right, that's probably enough. Get some of the air out of this. Seal it up, smush it all around, and you can see it's all getting a nice liberal coat on it. And then I might just stick this in the window of my office. And if it's real sunny and nice, I might throw it outside. And then in a few days, I'll come back and show you what we get. So stay tuned. All right, there we go. Well, that's all I got for this one. I hope you guys liked this video. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. I'm going to do more just like this in the future. If you have any questions, please leave them below in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them. That's all I got for this time, and we will see you next time.